In this video, we'll look at how we can create a pie chart using Microsoft Excel. Now what I have here are dessert preferences, and I have the frequency, so how many people prefer it, but I also have it as a percent. Now in Microsoft Excel, it does not matter whether I use the frequencies or the percent, it'll create the exact same pie chart. So just use what you have, whether you already have the frequencies or already have the percents. So what I can do, say I want to use the frequencies just to prove this point. I'm going to select my 4 frequencies, and I'm going to go to Insert right here, and I come over to Pie, and I select just the very first pie chart. It gives me a very basic pie chart. And now we're going to go through and actually fix this up so it's a little easier to understand. Now what happens when you create a pie chart is you get chart tools at the top. First thing I do is I go into my design, so the design tab is clicked, and I have right here my chart layout. And if I look down through here, my layout number 6 has the ability to put percents inside each of those pie pieces and keep me my legend. So that's the one I'm going to select. Now my chart title, I can just call it whatever and just name it whatever you're talking about. And I can just click on it and I can type. So example title. And if you look at my pie chart now, I have the percents. Now it's kind of hard to see how these match up, and we'll show you how to fix that in just a second. But I have 20, 40, 15, and 25%. So all of them are accurately represented, even though I selected the frequency values instead of the percents. Now let's match this up a little better. If I go over here to my legend, I click, and then I right click on it, I have the ability to do select data. Now my issue is my axis labels right here, my category labels. So I'm going to click edit. Now what I want them to be labeled are the actual dessert preferences. So if I come over and I highlight my actual dessert preferences, it will know how to connect the two so that it is labeled appropriately. I click OK. I click OK. Now I can look and say, okay, cake 20%, ice cream 40%, pie 15%, cookies 25%. Now if you wanted to tie it back to the frequency component and not just have the percent but also the frequencies, what we can do is we can click on one of those percents, we right click, and we're going to format data labels. And this is not necessary, but this may be something you would want to do. Now the very first option I have is label options, and what this will do is it'll give all the different ways I can label each of my pie pieces. Currently clicked as percentage and row lead and show leader lines. If you want to actually put the frequency in there, what you can click is the value button, and you can see it does 4, 20%, 8, 40%. And if you like that, you can click close. If you don't like that, you can click value and then click close. And that's the basics.